This is Noah. He's been having a tough week because he had to take care of himself. He had the equivalent of like 25 pounds to take care of himself. And he's figured out some things. So we were talking about what the pros and cons are of having to take care of oneself. And I'm going to ask him now to remember some of the things he told me before, starting with the pros. Tell me again, what are the pros of taking care of yourself?
Okay, one is you could buy whatever you want. So say you wanted to buy candy, you could because you're not being held off by anyone. Because this is something my mom would not normally buy, is candy. So I could just go to the store and say, hey, I want a lollipop, power stick, or something like that.
Yeah.
And then
What's another pro?
I learned that this could help me later on in my days. Like when I'm a teenager, I would not like I would have learned this stuff. I would have remembered. This would be really helpful. Nothing bad would happen. I wouldn't go. How do you fold the clothes again? Because maybe there might be a time when my mom's not around, and I'll be like on my own. So this will be like practice
So learn how to wash and fold clothes and what else?
and make up my bed.
Mhm.
Um, I learned that you can conserve food. Like you just can't conserve food as long as you want because you have to eat or it's unhealthy. Like, say you ate a sandwich for breakfast, but you ate nothing for snack or lunch, but for dinner you ate another sandwich. That's unhealthy because you only get 2 meals. Um,
Any other pro? I'm sorry. Any other cons?
uh, con would be that I don't get to play with my animals. But a pro with playing with my animals is if I feel down or anything, I could just go up to my dog Emmanuel and pet her, play with her. But if I feel like our cat is being left out of the family, I'll go to her and pick her up and cradle her like a little kitten. And
So you're saying it's a con not to be able to do that.
yeah,
Any other cons?
yes, I don't
Oh
have,
wait, I'm sorry. I got us mixed up. We were talking about pros.
yeah,
Pros. So a pro is that you can buy whatever you want. A pro is that you can um, you're learning about how to take care of yourself for when you are older. A pro is that you what? Let me hear you.
I can pet my
No,
dog.
not when you're on restriction. You can't. So what's a pro? Sorry.
Oh, pro when I'm on restriction. I I learned this thing. I learned I get more brain power because my mommy won't remind me. No, you need to fold the clothes. I'll have that as brain memory. Oh, I need to fold the clothes, or I need to clean up my room, or things like that.
Or I need to pack my own lunch.
Yeah,
So you're having to remember things for yourself.
yeah.
Yeah. Anything else that was a pro?
Okay. Conserving money.
Okay, what about conserving money?
Okay, so basically, if you say you wanted something,
Mm-hmm.
but you can't get it because you have very little money,
Mm-hmm.
and you want to conserve that for something really important, wait until you have enough money to get both things, because that way you have one thing that you wanted and one thing that you needed.
So you learn how to make them choices.
Yeah.
And for you, the best choice is to get both things instead of just one thing, especially not just going for the thing you want when you know there's something else you need. It's pretty smart. Okay.
Okay, and another thing is you can set goals.
Like what?
Like, say you needed cheese
Mhm.
and you don't have enough, so you go to the store and say, how much is cheese? Or in Arabic, bikam. And they'll tell you either in Arabic or English, 24, or I forgot how you say 24 in Arabic. Anyways.
Arba. What is it?
I'm just going to say it's 14, so it's Arbatasha.
Ishrin, what? Ishrin wa arba?
Yeah, Ashrin wa
Or arba wa ishrin?
I think it's that way.
Arba wa ishrin. Okay.
Yeah, and so you can, and then this also helps you learn other languages.
Okay, but that has nothing to do with responsibility for yourself, unless you're in another country
Yeah.
where you don't necessarily speak the language. Okay.
Okay.
So that did help you practice Arabic. Okay, we'll give you that. What else?
I found that toys aren't as important as yourself. Because
Give me
when
an
I had
example.
toys, I thought, oh, I better keep these toys safe. These are my toys. I don't need to take care of myself. Take care of my toys, but you could buy toys anywhere. Like you could buy at a toy store or like on Amazon, things like that.
So that's a lot of pros. You learned a few lessons on your own, right?
Yes.
Now tell me some cons of taking care of yourself.
Well.
Okay, so you said one con was you don't get to play with your pets as much.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
And I'm always late. I'm always at least 1 minute late for school, or 2, doesn't matter. And most of the time I'm rushing, so I'm like running around a lot. And I don't have as much fun as usual. I have to work harder to get these problems, like I have to get these stuff right.
Like what?
Like my math or something. And I'm always rushing, so it's like rushing through my brain the answers. And then, yeah, so.
You told me something earlier about focus too.
Yes. My focus is always going to something else.
Like what?
So if I'm writing, I'll be like, oh my gosh, I need to do something else. Then I'll go to something else, but then I haven't finished it. So I'll go to this, and then go back, and then this, and back and forth, doing other things, then going to my writing, other things, going to my reading. And then it takes forever to finish.
But you also told me something about having to take care of yourself and how that messes with your focus.
Yes, oh yes. At school when I am working and I remember, oh my gosh, I have no food, I have to be like, oh man, I gotta get some bread, I need to get some milk, I need to get some of this and this and that. And I can't think of my math problem, so I might accidentally write ketchup or bread, and then I get confused with what isn't the answer.
Well, any other cons?
Well,
What's it like to run out of money? How do you feel when you ran out of money?
when I ran out of money, I was scared and hopeless. I thought, oh man, I'm not gonna make it. Like, I didn't think I would have enough food for each thing. So, yeah, and then when I was told I could earn money, I was happy. And I worked as hard as I could, but it made me tired. I was always late for bed. So,
Any other cons?
mm,
No other cons? All right, so now you tell me, what do you wish will happen after today? Do you want, you just told me pros about taking care of yourself, and you told me cons about taking care of yourself. What do you want to happen next? And be completely honest. Do you want to continue taking care of yourself? Or do you want to go back to being my little boy that I take care of in some ways, but then you have to be responsible for things that 9-year-old boys are responsible for?
second,
I'm responsible for the grown-up stuff that includes taking care of you in some ways.
yes.
And then you're responsible for the 9-year-old stuff. We share the responsibility, or do you want it all?
I want to share it.
Okay.
And I think I want to keep doing these chores, like doing the clothes and things. I think I want to keep doing them.
You want to keep doing that even though it makes you tired and you're often late from school. So you don't think Miss Donut should come back and help?
Well, I think she should, but I want to stick with the clothes.
Okay, so I can make a deal with her that she doesn't have to wash clothes. Maybe we can ask her to do some other things that don't get done as much. Like wiping your fingerprints off the walls more often. What else is it that I could ask her to do more often? There's some things that she just doesn't have time for. Maybe I could ask her to iron some clothes instead of washing and folding clothes.
Yeah, that
Okay.
would be good.
She already does a good job on your room,
Yeah, she does. So,
in the bathroom, in the kitchen. You want her to keep washing dishes?
yeah.
Because nobody's touching those dishes in there, huh? There's like a mountain of dishes because everybody's just been washing what they need. Anything else you want to add to remind yourself for when you're a grown-up and you're looking at this video? Anything you want to tell grown-up Noah? Grown-up Noah is probably, let's say, he's 14 years old. And wait, and let me tell you what grown-up Noah is doing. Growing up Noah, because he's not quite grown yet. When you're 14, you're not quite what
You're a teenager.
considered
You're not done.
right. You're still a teenager. But growing up Noah thinks it's a good idea to be ungrateful again. Growing up Noah is lying again. Growing up Noah is not completing his work again. That's the future, a possible future. That's one kind of growing up Noah. Let's talk about the other growing up Noah. He's telling the truth, being as honest as he can most times. Nobody's perfect, but he's being as honest as he can most times. He's completing his work most times. And he's appreciative. He doesn't have to say thank you all the time, but at least he's not being disrespectful and rude. Two different kinds of Noahs in the future, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk to the growing up Noah who's still lying, who's still not finishing his work, who's being disrespectful and ungrateful. What do you want to tell him?
Noah, be kind. Be respectful, be responsible, be safe, and tell the truth.
Why is this stuff important?
Well, being respectful as in, like, say a woman needed help with her bags. You could go over and help her. And then if...
I want you to close your eyes and talk to growing up Noah.
And responsible as in, like, pick up your clothes, don't leave your room a mess. And being safe as in don't go bungee jumping without being like
Close your eyes.
no
Keep
one
talking.
has told you can go bungee jumping yet.
What about being safe? Close your eyes. You think about growing up Noah, who's not doing a good job at being safe. What about staying out late without telling his mommy where he is?
Well,
That's
then that's
unsafe.
unsafe because mommy might have to call the police and say, "Oh my gosh, my baby is missing. Please find him." And maybe you're like just by the house.
I need you to close your eyes and keep
Like
talking to me.
at your neighbor's house, playing video games until 9 o'clock, and mommy expects you home at 8.
Do you think you'll ever do that?
No, I don't really think so.
What else? Do you think you'll ever, like, lie? Tell growing up Noah?
If you lie, you could lose a lot of stuff, like your privilege to,
Close your eyes.
like, go to you might get grounded. You might have to do the same thing I'm still going through, like taking care of yourself. Oh, and, you might be unhealthy, which is not safe because if you're not healthy, you could die. Like, you have a cold and, I don't know, another sickness. You could die, but it's unfortunate if you die. It's fortunate if you live. Because sneezing is the closest thing you get to dying.
But wait a minute. What about just being sick all the time? Wouldn't that suck?
Yeah, it would, because then you can't go to school and learn. So you might have to redo college. Which takes forever. And you might have to go through summer school.
What can you tell the growing up Noah who has changed his ways and he's no longer doing some of that stuff?
Good job, Noah.
It may have been hard, but I'm glad you stuck with it, Noah.
Yeah.
Which Noah do you want to be?
The second Noah, the one that tells the truth.
And?
He's respectful, responsible, and safe.
Good. Okay. All right, say until later, growing up Noah.